Hello, fellow Helldivers. Thornton and Freya here, enjoying a nice day at home. I know, surprising, shocking, but today we're going to be talking about some new leaks for Helldivers 2 and so much more. And also, if you don't like, comment, subscribe. Freya says she's very ashamed of you, but without further ado, let's get into today's topic. Today we're going to talk about some leaks, and there's two big ones. One is something that Ironsights gave us, and the first one is actually something that Asunder gave us. He recently posted on the Helldivers leak Discord some future and some unused Storio audio, and we're going to play that right now so you guys can get an idea of what's going on behind the scenes with the Helldivers and the NPCs.
Before the war, there was a fusion reactor meltdown on Marfark's moon. They say what's happening with the wormhole now is like that, except bigger. They say the wormhole is threatening to explode. Those dirty squids and their dirty tricks. It's a relief knowing the wormhole is finally inert.
Our efforts saved countless lives, not remains of the wormhole. The boggart that has terrorized our citizens since near the start of this war. The endless night of tyranny ends at last. Freedom dawns again upon the flaxen fields of Super Earth.
Helldiver, what happened down there? How could we lose Super Earth?
Welcome, Helldiver. Our efforts have succeeded. The Meridian wormhole is no more. Our destroyer was forced out of Super Earth's orbit. I will never forget that final vision. Super Earth, our home, aflame.
Alright, so that was pretty cool, but along with that, Ironsights let us see this, and it's called A Prayer into the Abyss. He didn't give us much more information, but I'll go ahead and play the clip right here. So, as we can see, there is a black hole or maybe something to do with dark matter going on right there, which is going to go ahead and lead us into, well, the Illuminate faction that likely will be getting an upgrade. So let's talk about what we can be expecting there. What he did show us was a bunch of different images on his Discord. He also put them up on his Twitter, but they were shortly taken down afterwards. And it goes ahead and shows us an Illuminate Magus Adept cultist and Zealot cultist that he was able to render out in the game files. In addition to that, there was even more, and those are the Outcast cultist, the Xenobite cultist, and the, of course, Warp Gate, which was actually leaked by developers not too long ago, where they actually hosted an AMA. So we've known about the Warp Gate. A couple of those we've never even actually heard of before, so it looks like they either got renamed or changed around a bit, but those should be the next Illuminate enemy types coming into the game. And we do have a fair bit of knowledge about what actually they are all going to be able to do and how they will impact the gameplay. So we're going to go over exactly what these units are and the additional ones that will be coming in the near future, so let's get into it. And the first one we're going to go over is the Observer, which is an Illuminate scout unit, a small levitating robot eye squid thing. In Helldivers 1, it was cloaked at all times, so you're not going to be seeing this when you're running around on the map, unless it was spotted directly by players, at which point it sounded an alarm that caused other Illuminate units to teleport in before recloaking itself and running away. Ironsights was actually able to show us what this would look like in game, and as you can see here, it is a pretty large unit and it moves around through the air, floating around. Now, the second one we're going to go over is the Ghoul, and this is a melee unit appearing as a mutated Savage Illuminate who attacks with claws. Early leaks actually had this as a large monster comparable to the Hulk from the Automatons, but now it seems that it's actually been changed to infantry size. It's believed it's been brought onto the battlefield by the Summoner, which we will go over in a couple minutes. As you can see here, this is actually the Ghoul animations right now, and it does appear that it's crawling out of a portal on the ground, which does seem to back up the fact that it is summoned by, well, the Summoner. Now, the next one is going to be the Adept, and this is where magic starts to come in, and something we haven't actually seen in Helldivers 2 yet. And this is also referred to as the Mage. It's an infantry unit who hovers. It has some of the same nanite mind control abilities of some of the Helldiver 1 Illuminate units, and it's unclear right now if it has any leaked projectiles, but from the image of the Adept that we can see here, it does hold a book, and it is a magic-based thing. It was actually pointed out by Ironsights that it does a little finger gesture, so it does seem that it has projectiles that shoots out of its fingers at enemies, or, well, you know, us. Now, the next one is going to be the Outcast. It's a hooded infantry unit equipped with a beam gauntlet. It resembles the Helldiver 1 unit called the Hunter more than the one called the Outcast. The Hunter is a sniper unit and the Outcast was a cloaked melee unit, so we don't know exactly how this will function yet, but Ironsights did this beautiful render right here of it with the beamer weapon, and it seems that it will also have a force field. So the sniper build does seem very realistic. Now, the next one after that is going to be the Summoner, which ties into that ghoul, which it can, summon. This is a caster unit that seems a step up from the Adept, and it wields a gauntlet lined with crystals that levitate out of it to form a whip, or possibly shoot energy beams. And as stated earlier, it's believed to summon the ghoul units onto the battlefield. Once again, Ironsights was actually able to show us this, and in its hands you can clearly see it does have the whip. There are some animations, and it overall seems like a Lord Sauron kind of villain. I actually like this character a lot and really can't wait to fight against these guys. They're a council member, and this is a robed illuminate sitting on a hover chair. He was the most powerful of the caster type enemies. He's capable of teleportation, mind control, and various area of effect or ranged attacks. It is also called the Illusionist, at least in other game files, and you can see this image that Ironsights did right here with the animations. It's interesting that they have mind control. I think that this is going to cause a lot of friendly fire situations, but it'll be interesting to see how this mechanic actually works in the game. The other one is going to be the Guy, and this is a heavily armored illuminate infantry unit, and they have a dual wield where they can wield a staff or it can go ahead and use an axe. The staff also can be a ranged attack, and is presumably one of the elite infantry units compared to a heavy devastator or brood commander. Here you can actually see it with the illuminate axe, which is a close range melee weapon, and the illuminate spear right here, which will shoot the projectiles afterwards. There will also be the obelisk, and this is a heavily armored robot tank unit from Helldivers 1, and it teleports around while projecting shield walls that block your ability to move around and could insta-kill anyone caught in their path when projecting, which means that this is going to be a very powerful enemy type. We actually haven't had any models or leaks so far yet for Helldivers 2 for this, but we are able to actually look at it in Helldivers 1, and as you can see, it is a pretty round, large unit and has a number of weapons, resilience, and armor class, which is heavy. This is overall going to be the units we know of so far. That being said, this is 10 total units, which is 2 less than Helldivers 1 had with the Illuminate, and it's also smaller than the rosters of the Automatons and Terminate. That there are going to be brand new mission types coming to the game. There's going to be a special intel objective on the map. There's going to be the objective to collect intel at Crash Super Earth drone sites, which will come back into play in a minute when we talk about Super Earth. There will be sites marked with a red flare that is visible from across the map, and our goal is to carry this intel with you to extraction. Upon successful extraction of intel, you will unlock special opportunity missions, so a mission within a mission basically, and opportunity missions will likely have unique objectives and may take place behind enemy lines. Let me know down below, guys, what are your thoughts on Helldivers 2 with the new illuminate enemy types, and also don't forget to check out my new outdoor channel in the top left corner. Until next time, everyone, thanks for stopping by. Keep spreading managed democracy.